gluten-free is essentially living a diet that does not contain gluten.
What being gluten-free means for me is that I can't eat wheat, I can't eat barley, can't eat oats, so I can't have the oatmeal, I can't have bread, can't have any flour, noodles, and actually a lot of meats have gluten in them as a filler.
Wheat is glutinous, it holds things together. It's kind of inhibiting just in the fact that you have to watch everything you eat. Especially me, I have a wheat allergy, so it's an instantaneous thing if it happens. Main thing to remember about being gluten-free is that it doesn't go away.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that gluten not only means wheat, and flour, but it's also in oats and barley. Gluten is the protein that is in those things. Gluten is not wheat. It is the protein that has bad side effects in the body. My freshman year of college, I figured out in November, I think, and I found out because of my dad. He got tested for gluten intolerance at age 50. Think about that, living 50 years not knowing. And so he was positive, and then I had always kind of, expected that something was wrong with me, and then I got tested for it, and I was positive too. So that's when I found out. When I first found out that I was gluten-free, I had no idea what to eat, so I was like hungry probably for like 3 months straight. I was just like always kind of hungry.
I was diagnosed with a wheat allergy when I was 6 months old. I was fed barley cereal, which contains gluten, and I swelled up like a balloon, and my uncle is a pediatrician, so he knew what was going on, and he just rushed over and saved my life, and so that's when I found out. Salad, banana, meat if I can get my hands on it, milk or juice.
I usually just stick on the safe side. I don't really eat. I don't have the soup. I don't have the salad dressings. I just stick to what I know is gluten-free, which is sometimes boring, but it's better than having, an upset stomach the whole day.
I guess in terms of coming here, I get really full at meals because I've got all these different options that I've never had before, which is great in the college experience, but I would say while there's not a great variety in how I'm getting filled up, it definitely does fill me up. Where I go to eat food is based on the menus on the Live On website on Eat at State. And on Eat at State, they have nutrition information for the whole menu for the week or whatever. And a lot of the time, that's darn good, but it's not always consistent with what their actual menu is.
This year has actually improved a lot in terms of the kinds of things they offer. It's very easy to gain access. Sometimes they'll even make special food for you. Not so much here because it's so busy, but in smaller cafeterias like Landon and Yakeley, they'll make special food for you. So in that way, it's very, very accessible.
A large part of the time, it depends on the cafeteria that you are in. I find that Hubbard is really good about staying well stocked. At Sni-Fi or the gallery, it's hard to access because there's a key and a lock on the refrigerator, and I don't have said key. So, that's kind of out of the way for me. And a lot of the times, too, the gluten-free food is appealing because it's just there for the taking. And so, in terms of accessibility, a lot of people just take it. and they're not necessarily gluten-free.
Sci-Fi is really, really good about having gluten-free meats, but some other cafeterias like Landon and Yakeley aren't as good about that. Yeah, the only lunch meat I can have in Landon is the chicken. That doesn't have any injected gluten in it. But also, sometimes here, they'll cook meat in something, like soy sauce. Soy sauce has gluten in it.
Obviously, there's certain things that they can't prevent, so there's cross-contaminations in the cooking areas, and they have to put that notification on all things. But as far as the entrees, I've really kind of been disappointed with, because wheat is such a good filler. It fills people up, so they bread things or they put noodles in things, and that's tough on us. But I mean, I find definite ways to work around it, and as a result, I'm probably healthier than I would be. Maybe having more availability to cook things. I know a lot of the places have gluten-free toasters and that kind of thing, and they say specifically gluten-free only on the toaster, but I mean, just having that everywhere as an option for gluten-free people would be great. People that have gluten in their diets should keep it there because that's maintaining their homeostasis and that. But that's just one cook that I've heard that from. Mm-hmm. I also know that there's a lot of healthy alternatives to like the flours that are used. So like quinoa is one of the substitutes, and that I think the nutritional value of that is higher than that of wheat. So in that regard, I'm not really sure. It seems like a lot of the people that have gluten problems or may have gluten problems and take it out of their diet seem to be doing better. Well, it's kind of nice to have this as a fad diet right now because I've gotten so many more options that I've never had before.